less than nothing. I couldn't sleep throughout the night yesterday because of the events that happened in Delta State, where the governor defected to APC, which indicates that the country is graduating or gravitating to a one-party state. And you know what that means? That is, we are breeding a dictatorship. Now, in some comments, I still find it weird. I still find it kind of weird that even at this pressing moment, people are still clinged to their tribal proclivities. People are still nursing their religious bias, which is rather strange. I have thought that the hardship will knock some sense into Nigerians. Unfortunately, I've seen people still queuing for stipends. People still queuing to receive small. You know, do you know I hate the word giveaway? Somebody coming to tell me you don't do giveaway. Anything I see giveaway, it's for me, it's a way of enshrining the poverty mentality. People are not looking for gift. No. I believe in a situation where value should be exchanged for money. By value, it could be what I'm doing now. Just set up your camera. At least you are creating something. Somebody's watching you, and based on what he's watching, he feels like giving you something. So he's exchanging money for value. But when you just go about looking for free gift, it encourages redundancy. And that's what we should try to discourage in this country. Now, the title of this topic is Lessons from Burkina Faso. If you want to call in, do so only on WhatsApp. The number to call in is right there on your screen, +234 901 565 4732. Please, this is an interactive session. Now, there is hardly a page you will turn on social media that you will not come across commentaries on the happenings in Burkina Faso. Now, I was watching one commentary, and I learned a lot of things. I observed a lot of things. Through the Burkina Faso's experience, I now discover why African countries don't or cannot progress. Now, the truth is that we may be blaming the colonial masters for, neo-colonizing us in order to get to our resources. But the truth still remains that these colonial masters cannot get to our resources if we don't allow them. Now, in the case of Burkina Faso, you could see that they've been trying to eliminate him. So far, I've read that 18 coup attempts, 18 coups have been attempted to take him out. And who are the people they are using? The same Burkina babes, the same people from Burkina Faso. So all they do is that they try to target people who are greedy, people who will not take into account the interest of the people. Now, I am not in favor of a military coup, but if a military coup will give me good governance or good leadership, man, to hell with it, man. Straight up military. Because what we are having, the civilian government have destroyed this country 100 times more than what the military has done. If you calculate all the military juntas that have led this country, yes, they may have violated human rights, but in some weird way, they've instilled some sense of leadership. But in this case, look at the Buhari administration. Complete free-for-all looting. The Tinubu own is, in fact, anytime I talk about Tinubu, just mentioning the name, I get a sickening feeling in my stomach. And it is even more annoying because one Yoruba guy will come think that anytime we say things bad about Tinubu, we are taking a direct slash at the Yoruba man. There's this guy from TikTok. I hope he's watching today. I hope he will come in live. You understand me? And then we talk about it. Please, if you are watching me on TikTok, don't forget to send a gift for us. I guess when they send gift, we're going to send plenty, so that we will take, promote the ministry. And if you are watching for Facebook, incidentally, my monetization ability has been suspended. I don't know why. So you can also help us by, supporting us in any little way you can. Trust me, if you're watching from outside the country, trust me, it's not easy living in Nigeria. Honestly, sometimes I go out, I see the everyday people. Mama Iyasikira that is hawking food on the street. Malam Ibrahim that is vendoring tea on the road. Mama Chinedu that is hawking meat on the street. I wonder how they feed, because a plate of food, a plate of jollof rice, no matter how cheap it is, you should be calculating about 4,000 to 5,000 naira. Just one pot of jollof rice, no matter how cheap it is. Take that away from your minimum wage of 70,000. That means you can only cook 14 pots of rice in a month. You have not bought soap. You have not paid school fees. You have not paid house rent. You have not paid transport. You have not bought clothes. My goodness. So it's really, really hard. So sometimes if you receive calls from Nigeria, don't be immediately angry. I know some of you, when you receive these calls, you say, it should be annoying, but man, it is what it is. It is what it is. So in the case of Burkina Faso, I have told many people that there's nothing wrong with Nigeria. The problem with Nigeria is leadership. And the leadership we want is one who is detribalized and who is not religiously inclined. Once we get that type of leader, I can tell you that in less than 1 month, you will feel it. Now, Tinubu is not that type of leader. Atiku is not that type of leader. Now, who is this person?
Incoming voice call.
Thought I blocked the number. Now, Tinubu is not that type of leader. Atiku is not that type of leader. Now, Sowore, let me say something about Sowore. Sowore, for me, is a typical Southerner who knows you're not going to get it.
Incoming voice call from 08069.
Who knows you're not going to get it. But you see, one thing I hate about Sowore is that you are fixated every time is Peter Obi, and no time has Peter Obi spoken ill about any person.
Voice call from
who is this person? Ahaba? If you call somebody off your line, know that the person is busy at that time. Ahaba. Now, Sowore is always Peter Obi, and no time have I heard Peter Obi speak about Sowore. Even if they remind him, he will say, Sowore is my brother, he's waiting, you understand me? Now, the fact that any Nigerian will have a choice of Tinubu, Atiku, Peter Obi, and still cling on to these cheap biases. Some people have called me that I'm a bigot. If you watch my last video that I did on the Delta State, Oberiwori is an honorable man. I am an honorable man. Why didn't I say because I'm an honorable man, he's an honorable man, any choice he makes, I'm with him because he's my brother? It's the most lowly placed way of thinking that you can bequeath yourself. That your decision is formed based on somebody's affiliation to your tribe. It shows how very low thinking your mind is. You have to be bigger than that. You have to be bigger than that. and which is what most Africans lack. When Buhari comes in, he sees an opportunity to help only Fulanis. When Tinubu comes in, he sees an opportunity to help only Yorubas. In fact, the only person that has not done that for me is Jonathan. And yet, a lot of people regarded Jonathan as a worst president. Now people are regretting. Now we have an opportunity to change it. You see why Traore is succeeding? Two things he has taken away out of his government: religion and tribalism. Then, if you are going to fight corruption, you should start from yourself. If you are going to fight corruption, you should start from yourself. He has said it that any minister who steals $1 will spend 2 years in jail. And if you have an offshore account, you cannot be a minister with him. So these are very simple. It is not rocket science. You don't need any mathematics to find ways to fight corruption. It's just that, like what Goodluck Jonathan said, it is easy to wake somebody that is truly asleep than it is to wake somebody that is pretending to sleep. So these politicians that we have now are pretending to sleep. So to judge them back into doing what is right will be very, very difficult. Because they know what is right, but they don't want to do it. If I tell you the type of monies these politicians are looting, only 1 week, if you can recover 1 week's looting of all politicians, Senate, House of Reps, presidency, executives, governors, commissioners, if you can recover what they are looting in just 1 week, it will fix all the roads in Nigeria. Just 1 week. Now, people are surprised that Ibrahim Traore has fixed Burkina Faso in less than two years. He has built factories. I saw a factory that a cashew processing plant, tomato processing plant, trucks that emphasizing on agriculture. He's mining their goals. He's refining the roads. It's not rocket science. Nigeria is too rich to be poor, and at the same time too poor to be rich. We just have leaders who don't want to develop our resources for our own good. Rather, they choose to sell these raw resources to your paymasters and buy the same finished product back with the same money that they paid you. Which therefore means that the Western civilizations are taking our resources free of charge. Who says we can't build our own plasma television? Who says we can't manufacture our own iPhones? Burkina Faso is manufacturing their own iPhones. Soon they will ban all importation of external iPhone and they'll be using their own iPhones. I saw a guy who invented a car that can run on water. Who says we can't do all these things? But we are so programmed to consume. That's why a consumer depends. Most consumers are dependent. Eat and poo. That's what we do. I think I've said it. I've repeated this story some time ago in one of my videos. In Jos, there was a time we had a Tantalite. We're in this Tantalite area. One Igbo guy will come and give these boys. They will go and dig up the Tantalite. They will give it to him. He will go and sell it. Come back with a Mercedes-Benz 190. Give them again to go and dig and sell. Now, Tantalite is the chief component of phone batteries. Tantalite is the chief material used to make batteries. Now, why don't the governor of Plateau State say, okay, since we have deposit of Tantalite in Plateau State, why not set up a factory that manufactures phone battery? So if Samsung is going to get a battery, give us a specification and we manufacture these batteries and send to you. But hey, we have people who don't. We have a governor that is chasing people with dreadlock. His problem in state is people with dreadlock. That people with dreadlock are bringing bad luck to the state. Come on. In this 21st century age, Look, when I see our youths blaming the older generation for their woes, I remind them of what I tell my younger brother. My younger brother used to blame my father. Hey, my father didn't do well. What was my father doing when the likes of Dangote? I'm like, hey, your own children will not want to listen to you blaming your dad for their own woes. Since you agree that your father is responsible for your own woes, you too try so that you don't become woes to your children, because your children will not listen to the excuse that your father is the one who made you what you are. And that's exactly what's happening. So you like blaming. We didn't teach you how to be rude. To the young generation, we never taught you how to be rude. Because during our time, we were never rude to our elders. We didn't teach you how to be illiterate. In our time, we were inclined to expose ourselves to literature. We read newspapers, but now you are even exposed to more technology that should even enhance your intellect. Yet, the algorithm you employed with these gadgets are inanities, twerking. There's one girl on my I usually run across on my TikTok page. She wears blue, this thing. She'll be dancing and be doing it. Then she will flip her breast naked and put it back. That's her content. And guess what? She has more followers than me. There's one young girl I think she dances on top roof, and she does only 30 seconds. And a boom, boom, cast, boom, you twerk, and that's all. 3,000 likes, 54,000 views. Things that don't enhance your intelligence, yet it fascinates you. In my time, you have to be extremely neat to go and talk to a girl. You have to be very, very neat. You have to smell fine. There's one perfume we used to call happiness in those days. If you spray small, now why they follow you everywhere. Happiness. One yellow perfume, you put on for body, they smell very well. You have to look fine. You have to speak good English, and you have to know how to write good letters to be able to impress a girl. Now, you have to look very dirty, and you have to look like a madman to impress a... Imagine people going to the barbing salon to deliberately make themselves look like a mad person just to impress a girl, and they call it swag. They call it swag. So, our values are declining. Why do you think the youths who have had the opportunity of gaining leadership are also failing it? Because they don't have values. Yaya Bello, when they're honest, he has a case of 80 billion naira fraud, and he's working free. This is supposed to be a youth who is supposed to lead by example. Rather, it is still the same old generation that you are abusing that are setting example. Alex Oti of Abia State is an old generation, but look at what he's doing. So it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that the generational gap that we have now should not be an excuse to start pointing fingers and look, you are responsible. Nobody's responsible for anything. Everybody is responsible for shaping his own destiny. Everybody is responsible for shaping his or her own destiny. So no need pointing fingers. So I like, it's nobody calling in. The number to call in is right there on your screen. You can call in on WhatsApp. You can even call in directly if you feel like it. 0901 565 4732. You understand me? So please send, I see somebody send gift. Please send us gift on TikTok, and then you can also join this live broadcast. Let's see your comment. What exactly can we do now? Because the country is already apart. The country is already apart. And nobody should come and tell me that Tinubu cannot be removed in 2027. I don't like those defeatist statements. Tinubu can definitely well be removed. Yeah? Oh, wow, good. So, please, let's get your calls. Let's see if we can, let's see if we can, so, Nigeria, for me, Atiku is a very big problem. I don't know, Atiku, you're an old man, for goodness sake. Go and rest now. What is it with old men in Africa that craves for power so much? You are old. Be a kingmaker. Mold somebody and be behind the person. You mustn't be. You have attained number 2 in Nigeria. That is an achievement. Atiku will not be president. I can assure you 100%. Even if the whole of the North vote for Atiku, he will not be president because the constitution said that you must win. You must win a state across. You must win across the country. Because the game, Atiku's ambition is what will retain Tinubu in 2027. For me, the only person that has the fairest chance of bringing down Tinubu is Peter Obi, only if he has the support of the North. Only if he has the support of the North. Anything other than that, Tinubu is going to be your president again. And what is killing politicians in Nigeria is that interest, selfish interest, unproductive interest. Well, I guess I've said, I thought that this, I said, country hard, even for people to do WhatsApp calls, they had. And if immediately I switch off the program now, people will start calling in. So let me give you about 2 minutes and see if we have an interactive session. You understand? So let's see who will be our first caller. Or should I bring anybody in? If you want to, no even request to join the live show. Let me see. So, in conclusion, all I'm just saying is simple. Don't give up on the country yet. Don't give up on the country yet. So long as you can take away tribalism, so long as you can take away this religion, because those are just the 2 things. Those are the 2 basic problems we have, religion and tribalism. And it is more evident in the Southwest and in the core North. If we can just take away these 2 things, that's all. Don't say the president must be from the North because he's from my region. Or the president must be from the South because from my region. Let's be objective and look at the candidates and see who is genuinely fair. I think we've been unfair to the Southeast. To be very candid, we've been very, very unfair to them. And the only way we can restitute is to give them a chance. To be very candid, we've been very, very unfair to the Igbos. Let's give them the opportunity. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do. And I strongly believe that, given the chance, they will do tremendously well. And I say this not from a place of bias. So in the absence of anybody calling in, please, you've been a wonderful audience. We cannot be here without you. For those who wants to support the page,